Okay, I'm talking, looking around, of course, about this Eddie Long thing. So I just have to put in my little 2 cents. And I don't care if any of you agree or not, because I know most of you Christians, are going to disagree, especially those that love Eddie Long like an idiot. Anyway, now a lot of people are going around and claiming that the men are just doing it for the money. That there's nothing that happened to them. They're lying. All that la da 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 boo hoo. Pass me a tissue. What? Pass them a tissue. I don't care. Next, but here's the thing. If the people filing the civil lawsuit had been females versus males, and the age of consent wasn't until 18 instead of 16. So he knew the law, the Esau's law. He knew he waited until they were at least 16, which he did. But in the meantime, he groomed them prior to that. If the people filing the lawsuits were female versus male, everybody would be like, oh my goodness, or the majority of people be like, how dare he take advantage of those poor, defenseless females. But let it be males, especially black males, and the first thing people want to do is dismiss it. It is of no consequence. We don't care. That's bull. See, this is what's broken up our hurting our males so bad. It's going to be so dismiss what they have to say. We so dismiss what they're feeling and what they're thinking and act as if they are of no consequence outside being a sperm donor. And we're paying the price for it, black women. Okay? And I'm just going to say it point blank like this. Any of you Christians, any of you black women who are, or any of you, I know you gay men gonna say, why does it matter? Or any of you that say, well, why does it matter if he's gay? Because they should be killed. According to scripture, he's sitting up here preaching all this bull. He's only preaching about money. That's all he knows is money. Money, money, money. He don't know. He can't. He will never tell those black folks in that church how salvation is coming and who the Bible was written for. He will keep them as ignorant as long as they giving him money. He gonna keep up the lie. But when he messed up when he sat up here and he decided to go out and speak against the pre-approved agenda. And the pre-approved agenda is that they have hijacked the so-called civil rights movement, which actually, believe it or not, began in 1868, not 1900s. And they've made it into a sodomite civil rights action group. And it's always been there. That was always the intent to begin with anyway. I knew that when I was a teenager. And that was quite a while ago. But I mean, it's just that I'm so sick of people so quick. The first time thing when a male accuses another male of sodomy, everybody wants to defend the one being accused and dismiss those doing the accusing. Because trust me, if they wanted to get money off of him, they could have just blackmailed him. It would have been perfectly easy to do. You don't put yourself out there like this unless you are trying to prevent other boys that are suffering and have suffered the same thing you have. More gonna come out the woodwork. You just wait and see. That Longfellow program is fixing to shut down. I wish there were more schools, actual the schools was separated, boys and girls. I personally would think that's the best way to go. Boys need to be in their own school, girls need to be in their own school. But people don't have common sense to really think of why that makes sense. But anyway, getting back, that's a different subject. We need to stop dismissing what is going on with our males, and then we're talking about we trying to fix the community. Let me tell you, Eddie Long is a predator. He set up this program. He set up this program specifically to to seek out the boys whose mothers are desperate to find a male figure for their sons to look up to. And then he found a bunch of women, single mothers, because that's the program was geared to single mothers. And he found the single mothers that were not attentive, that were willing to hand their sons over ignorantly without and thinking that, oh, he's a man of God, and the anointings on him. Please, please. When our parents died, my brother's dad died when he was 18. I mean, when he was 13, and his mom died when he was 16. There was no way we were going to just hand um, our brother over to the first male that happened to come along. That just wouldn't happen. He had uncles. He had a brother-in-law. He was fine. We want to see going out and seeking. We need to make sure he's got positive role models. No, he's always had them. I didn't have to go seeking a stranger. Okay, and 9 times out of 10, most of these females don't have to either. They don't have to either. They just think they do. That they're so brainwashed by this system. Okay, anyway, all right, I'm through. I'm through. Protect your sons. Protect your daughters. Stop letting your daughters run off wild. Stop holding your sons back and making them a child longer than they should be. And and stop being so willing to throw we black women have got to stop being so willing to throw our sons through to the system or through the first black males that come along and show an interest in them. We got to be cautious, be discerning. Y'all aren't discerning. You're foolish women, very foolish. I blame the one whose mom let him go to New Zealand with Eddie Long, all because all these other people going. Mm-mm. That mother was a foolish mother. She was manipulated, she was played, and her son paid the price. So I hope to see, I mean, there are gonna be more men, and but no one's going to take into account these young males went through some trauma. Stop dismissing it. You wouldn't dismiss it in a female, don't dismiss it in them. Eddie Long should be buried under the jail. He should be just put him in Esau's jail. That's the best way to do it. Put him in Esau's jail. That's where he needs to be. But this is a civil action. So hopefully everything will be taken away from him. But if he starts coming out talking about the gay agenda and how positive it is, he been bought off.